Welcome to Confessions of Being Fabulous with Priscilla Hawks, where we live, we learn, we grow. I'm just turning this a little bit. My angling is a little off today. But anyway, thank you for being here. As you can see, it is the Christmas season. So I posted up yesterday here. Thought I would post up again, but let's jump into it. So this is 31 Days of Gratitude. You are tuning in to day 4. And as of yesterday, we started talking about, what is there, a ghost? It just moved all by itself. That was kind of creepy. All right, we'll get it together tomorrow. But as of yesterday, we started talking about what did I call them? Gratitude blockers. So this is the 31 days of gratitude challenge. And it occurred to me, we're not going to talk about a different person all 31 days. Today, be grateful for this person. Tomorrow, be grateful for that person. Tomorrow, because there's a whole thing around gratitude. Yes, you can be grateful for people. You can even be grateful for things. That was day 2. But sometimes there are other issues deep down on the inside that you may or may not know about that can be blocking your ability to be grateful, that can be blocking essentially your blessings. And so yesterday we talked about forgiveness, or unforgiveness, really, I should say. And so today I wanted to talk about and introduce the idea of not having an open mind, being closed minded. And this is when you already have basically established in your mind that a certain concept, a certain idea, certain circumstances are deemed to be this and only this. It can't be that. It can't be that. It can only be this. And sometimes this is healthy because this allows us to set boundaries. Boundaries are a good thing, boundaries are helpful. But then sometimes it can be to your detriment because then you're not allowing for new ideas to come in. You're not allowing for something that could present itself as a new opportunity for you. You're not, open to what could be because you've already decided and deemed what is. And so the danger in that is the obvious part, like you're closed off. So I wanted to talk a little bit about um, the idea and encourage you. Like I said before, I can't make anybody do anything, but I hope I can encourage you to try something different. And so the great thing about gratitude, as we've talked about before, is with gratitude you are able to open your psyche up, your emotions go to an elevated place. You feel better, but you don't get to experience any of that if you can't even see, if it's not even in your view that there's something to be grateful for. And for some people, that's the reality. I can look to the left, to the right, up, down. There's something to be grateful for in my world. But everybody's not like that. Some people will look to their left and to their right and up and down, and they will say, nope, still don't see anything, still don't have anything I can be grateful for. So one of the blockers, the gratitude blockers, is what we're talking about today, not being open-minded. And so I want to encourage you to look at any idea that you feel really, really strongly about. And it can be, now I don't want to say something silly like, we're not talking about things like, the sky is blue. And I'm telling you, no, I need you to believe that it's actually yellow, or not that, but things that have to do with our everyday life that we experience as it relates to other people, such as you may say, whenever somebody looks at me with this kind of eye, we call it side eye. With the side eye, that means they want the smoke. And so I want to encourage you to realize, one, are they actually giving you side eye? Are you actually getting side eye? because maybe they just look like that. Maybe they have eyes that look a certain way. Maybe they happen to look like this and then it looked like they were, doing one of these numbers. It could be so many different things. So let's have an open mind around what we're observing, because sometimes what we say we're observing, that's one way to look at it, but it could also be something completely different. It could be something non-threatening. It could be something not aggressive. It could be something that means absolutely nothing. And I think a great example of this is, I'll admit, I judged this lady at a restaurant, takeout place rather, that I like to go to from time to time. And I always felt like she wasn't mean to me, but she just, I don't know, just didn't have like a pleasant disposition. So I admit I judged her. Oops. I judged her as maybe not being, a customer service friendly person or employee. Not that she's a meanie, but just, like not a nicey either. So anyway, I challenged myself one day and I'm like, you know what? When I go in there today, I'm going to be the one to initiate a smile and I'm going to say something to her. And that's exactly what I did. And do you know that when we started talking, because now we actually had a little bit of banter, I had my son with me. She may have said something about, or not said anything, but he was doing something. So we both noticed what he was doing. So we had a chuckle about it. She might have been a mom. It was like one of those, moments where the person and we both know what we're looking at and we don't have to say any words at all. It was one of those kind of moments. But we had a brief exchange that was actually pleasant. And I'm like, oh, she's not mean. She's not mean. So is it possible that when I come in time and time again, she looks a certain way because maybe she just has a face that doesn't show a lot of emotion? Maybe it's just that she's so focused on her job that she's just trying to put the food on the plate and in the to-go container so I could get out of here, so she could get to this whole line, because it's always packed. There's always a lot of people, especially if you go like close to dinner time. So here I am judging her, deeming her a meanie, when in reality, it could have been that she was just focused, right? So the idea here is to have an open mind around what exactly you're observing, what I'm observing, because we could be observing something that is nothing. And meanwhile, we done called our best friend. Let me tell you what this bee did. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you. And it's fake. It's all fake. It's all up here. It's because I decided she was a meanie. She wasn't actually a meanie. I just decided that she was a meanie because of a few encounters where her face looked like this. And meanwhile, maybe that's just what her face looks like, right? So, anyway, that is an example. So now I want you, and this is the challenge for today. We're at the 8.5 minute mark. I promised I would try to keep these right at 10 minutes. I got to figure out a way to see this without putting my entire face in the camera. It's embarrassing. But hi, some of these names I won't try, but I'll just say hi. May God protect you and your family. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Can you sing I Just Lost My Dog, please? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll sing a few seconds of something at the very end, but thank you for being here. But I want to give the challenge. I want to close this out by challenging you to take something that you have been walking around convicted about. Convicted. Like, oh, I know that this is the only way this can go. Or I know that whenever she walks by, what she really is thinking is X. And just for 5 seconds, like ask yourself, could it be something else? Like literally, just act like you're asking with somebody else's voice. Just ask, could it be something else? And then let that be the start of you now for this day 4, having an open mind about what could be. And so by doing that, I would like to say, that you are now positioning yourself to actually explore what could be different. And if you can bring yourself to explore and then acknowledge what could be different, then you could possibly see a gratitude situation in the midst. So if I look at my situation, the lady I declared a meanie, actually, because I had that conversation and I was able to um, have an open mind going in by me, remember, I decided to go in with an open mind. So I initiated a smile. And all of that kind of resulted in a chain of events where she was actually really nice. She just normally is not talkative. But all of that, and when it was all said and done, I'm like, oh, I'm grateful for her level of focus, because don't let me see no food. I mean, don't let me see no hair in my food. Don't let me, you know what I mean? Like some of these other things, if you have someone working in that setting who's not focused, if you have someone who's doing all of these other things. So by having an open mind, I was able to find a gratitude moment in there. You understand? So that's what I'm going to encourage you to do. It's at the, I'm sorry, guys, 11-minute mark. I got to do better on. I hope that hasn't affected the live. This is the first time that happened, so I don't know. Hopefully, I'm still on. But thank you guys for being here. This was day 4. Tomorrow is day 5. Um, Somebody asked me to sing. I wasn't prepared to sing, and if I was, I would have did it much earlier. But uh, I will give a couple of seconds of something. So the other day I said that my mom wrote this gratitude song when we were younger, which I still have to get all of the words, but I believe it goes something like, I am so very thankful, so very thankful. Ooh, I am so very thankful, so very thankful. Ooh, ooh. So that was a chorus. I just got to figure out what are the like lead vocals and stuff like that. I don't remember. And I don't even know if she does. This was like years ago. We were kids and it was something as a family. It just all came together. But I feel like she was the one that wrote those lyrics and maybe some of the other lyrics. But anyway, I hope that blessed you on today. I'm so sorry um, for your loss. I hope that was encouraging. I hope you guys will take on the challenge and go and have an open mind about something that you have maybe otherwise been closed minded about. And I am hoping you'll do it with the intent on finding something in the midst of all of that that you can be grateful for. So that might sound unrealistic and it might even sound a little boring. But if it's boring, then I'm sorry, but that's what this is, 31 days of gratitude. So why else are you here if you're not interested in more gratitude in your life? So if you're here, that's what we're all about for these next 20 something days, moments of gratitude, 31 days of gratitude. All right. So thank you for being here. I wish you lots of fun, laughter, abundance in your life. Peace.